Anticipation is mounting for today's game, and we've got two quarterbacks looking to make an impact. It's the Cowboys going up against the Jaguars. With that, let's head up the road to Jacksonville, Florida. Standing by are Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
All right, Larry, thanks. EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to the Sunshine State and Everbank Field here in Jacksonville. Coming up, we've got what should prove to be a good one between the Dallas Cowboys and the Jacksonville Jaguars. They come out here in the eye. This is Elliott. And this defense feeling the encouragement. They stop him at the line of scrimmage on the first play of the afternoon. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down. Defense showing blitz. Here's Prescott. He's going to float this one deep right side. He's got it at the 15. Touchdown, Cowboys. Terrence Williams, 60 yards. And the Cowboys have taken the early lead.
Partner, one of the cardinal rules of defense is that if you're in position to make a tackle, you need to make it.
Well, and if you can't make the tackle before that, you just got to knock that ball down, right?
Yeah, something has to happen because we saw the end result there. Missed tackle, he goes all the way and takes it for a touchdown.
Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Here's Chris Ivory with his first carry. And he'll push his way forward to about the 32. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
Now, that's a run that warms a play caller's heart because you're actually set up to do whatever you want on offense. You can come right back and run essentially the same play because you have momentum. Or you can fake that running play and throw something deep over the top. Or you now feel like you have an extra down to play with. Because if you go ahead and just throw it and you don't get it, come back and try and pick it up on 3rd down. And that's why defense coordinators always preach 11 guys to the ball. Because sometimes you have a missed tackle. But if you have a swarm of guys around, less room for them to roam even after the first missed tackle. In this case, tackle was missed, plenty of open field to get after. after that.
It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
That was another good run, and he's having an excellent day. And right now, I don't think his team could have any more confidence in handing him the football.
On 2nd down, here's Bortles. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. So the long attempt falls innocently to the ground, and it brings up 3rd. And here's the offense today that hopes to get off to a strong start. Carry here for Robinson. And he will lose yardage here to the 31-yard line. That'll make it 4th down after a loss of 1.
And the good thing about the top-notch safeties, they can play from deep coverage or they can play close to the line of scrimmage, and the end result is often the same, a big-time play for their defensive team. And that's exactly what we just saw.
They'll go for it. It's Bortles. And he can't hang on. That would have been a big interception down here in field goal range. But instead, now they'll get a shot at 3. And now Dallas gets set to take the field. Prescott. And here's the first NFL reception for the rookie Ezekiel Elliott. And he's finally taken down, but not before getting across midfield and across the 45-yard line.
And that was a beautifully executed screen pass. They let the rushers get upfield and get the escorts in front, meaning the offensive linemen, other blockers out in front. Completed the pass beautifully. So now you got all that open space with big guys leading the way.
Caught left side, Williams. It's a gain of 21 that time. And the Cowboys are going to get a first down.
Well, for teams that like to play man coverage, running corner routes can be tough on them because of the ability of getting into it. Sometimes you're squaring it off. Sometimes you're just rounding it. Sometimes there's a fake. Sometimes there's not. That makes it very, very difficult for a DB to stay with it.
Now back to throw. They'll set up the screen to Elliott. And they'll bring him down at the 18-yard line. A gain of 4 on the play, and it'll be 2nd down. Dez Bryant, certainly one of the go-to guys, if not the go-to guy for this offensive unit.
One of the most talked-about players in the league, as well as one of the most productive receivers. He attacks the football downfield.
On the give, this is their fullback. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. 7 yards there, good enough to move the sticks.
Brandon, you know how we talk about having wrinkles in a game plan? That was a fold right there. How about that play? Being able to change things up. You think anyone else on the team's going to get the ball? And in that situation, they surprise everyone and give it to their big guy.
They stay on the ground, but this time it's Elliott. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. Ezekiel Elliott, a 10-yard touchdown run. And the Cowboys will add on to their lead. When you talk about a battle being won in the trenches, that touchdown right there, a lot of credit to the offensive linemen.
Yeah, when you watch them surge across the front, they really created great space for the runner to get in.
Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And he's able to get it across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down at the 21-yard line. And out now comes Jacksonville as they get ready to go. And last time this unit was out here, costly turnover, and then that turned into 6 points. They've got to make amends.
And how many times have we sat in meetings with coaches and they use the term complementary football? Offense take care of the defense, defense take care of the offense. That didn't happen on the last possession. This is a chance for them to pick themselves back up and help their team.
Yeah, we'll see if they can recoup and recover. They'll run with Ivory. And he's brought down. Give him 12 yards on that one. It earns him a fresh set of downs.
Whether it's what we call an even front or an odd front, and an odd front's real easy to figure out. If that guy is lined up over the nose of the center, typically that's an odd front defense. Odd number of people, meaning 3-4 versus the 4-3, which is an even front. You've got to control those guys in the middle. Whether it's the nose or the 2 defensive tackles in a 4-man front, if those guys can't get moved, you cannot run the ball in the middle of the field. And in that play, they were able to actually take care of business.
So here we go, 1st and 10 now.
Here we go. Blue 45. Blue 45.
Here's a carry for a former starter. This is T.J. Yeldon. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. See if they stay on the ground for 2nd down. They'll run it again with Yeldon. And he's going to take this one up only to about the 44-yard line. Only a gain of a couple there. That leaves them needing about 7 here on 3rd down. They come out here in the I. On 3rd down, Yeldon. And a minimal gain here as he's up to about the 47-yard line. Now, the offense is not leaving the field. They're going to stay out and go for it on 4th and 3. They'll go with a big back, Yeldon. And he's going to have a first down as he's brought down at the 44-yard line. It'll be a gain of 8 yards, and they're able to pick up the conversion here on 4th down. So the run moves the chains, and here we go on 1st down. This is Ivory. He chucks him aside.
Dumped him.
And he's brought down. It's a pickup of 16 there, and it'll lead to a new set of downs. So the offense has it 1st and 10.
And the tackle's made there by one of the secondary members. And I can guarantee you, having played that spot in the huddle right now or on the field, they're urging for a little bit more support from the guys up front. I actually remember one game where I hopped over a defensive lineman to make a tackle downfield and realized he was 10 yards downfield. That's not good. That's being driven off the line of scrimmage, and you can't have that if you're going to win a game on defense.
Shift together here from the D-line. The pitch comes to Ivory, and he stopped immediately there. They'll lose a yard, and it brings up 3rd.
Time to tighten up the seatbelt just a little bit, partner, because that was a safety that crashed in there and made that play behind the line of scrimmage. How about that pursuit?
And he's got it to Hearns. And he gets the first down yardage before he's brought down just outside the 10 at the 11. Well, they've had a great, impressive drive going here, and that pickup ensures the drive continues.
And not only do you continue the drive, which is demoralizing for the guys on the defensive side of the ball right now, but you make your own defense happy. They're able to get a little more rest over on the sidelines while this one continues downfield.
2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8. Two minutes to go here in the first half. Back with more from Jacksonville. Don't go anywhere. We'll be back after this. Carry number 10 now for Ivory. And he takes it in. Touchdown, Jacksonville. Chris Ivory, a 9-yard touchdown run. And the Jaguars are back within a score.
And while no one on the offensive line will get the 6 points next to their name, they should be credited with this one. Tremendous blocking to get the runner into the end zone.
And after the touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And they'll put up the stop sign there as his guys will get it at the 25. And now Dallas gets set to take the field. And they'll just simply be looking to build off the confidence of the last time out where they scored a touchdown.
Man, confidence is powerful, isn't it? When you've scored once, you feel like you can go back out there and get it done again. Doesn't matter what the defense throws at them. They feel like they're in a groove right now, and they want to get out there and show it.
Yeah, hoping to stay in that groove here this go-around. They'll try and start this drive in the air. Quick spin around the league while we have a second. Looking down at the notes from this past Sunday, Drew Brees, what an excellent game, over 400 yards. A.J. Green was the top receiver at 180, and then Lamar Miller was the only running back on Sunday to hit the century mark.
He made a nice move from Miami to Houston and is now the definite lead back there. You mentioned Drew Brees. How about what he did with his receivers? Brandon Cooks, he and Brees hooked up for a 98-yard touchdown pass, which is a franchise record. And Willie Snead had a big day as well, over 100 yards in receptions.
Here we go. Brand 38. Brand 38. Ohio.
On third down, he'll drop to throw. And he hits Jason Witten, the tight end. And now the Jags defense deciding to call a timeout. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. And an aggressive play call here. It looks like the offense is going to go for it on 4th down.
Here we go. Flex round. Flex round. Ohio. Flex round. Ohio. Flex round. Flex round.
Running with Elliott. So certainly an interesting call there to go for it. And the Jags take over in terrific field position. And out now comes Jacksonville as they get ready to go. And that last drive, it was all about the ground game, ground and pound.
And I don't care how we're playing the game these days, offensive linemen still want to fire out and smack the guy opposite them and move the football.
And now a timeout called by the Cowboys defense. A nice run there, 9 yards, and it'll be 2nd down.
Now that's the way you want to start a drive. Talk about a tone setter as well as a playbook opener. Now if you want to take a big shot over the top, you're all positioned to do so.
That one good for 17 yards. And now the Cowboys are going to call another timeout. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. They'll try to run with Ivory. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. A nice pickup of 6 there to get him closer to the end zone, and it'll be 2nd and goal.
This drive is turning into an extended one, and the guy carrying the ball, he's becoming more like a body blows guy. Every carry is putting some damage on the defense. So after a while, I'm not too sure how many guys are going to want to run up and tackle him.
They come out here in the eye. On the ground, Ivory. And he'll take this one in for a Jags touchdown. Chris Ivory with his 2nd touchdown here in this first half. And the Jaguars are within an extra point of tying this one up. Now Myers for the extra point. And we've got a good one brewing. We're all knotted up at 14. So a tie ball game here as the kick's away. And now Dallas gets set to take the field. And last time we saw them go for it in kind of an unusual situation. It's not like it's a 4th quarter do or die. They went for it, didn't get it. We'll see how that affects them this go-around.
Partner, I'm wondering if we're starting to see the effects of analytics coming into play here, where people are studying the number of possessions, how many times you should go for it, what position it leaves your team in. Maybe we're starting to see a little...
And this throw will be intercepted. Picked off by Tashawn Gibson. And a return out shy of midfield to the 46-yard line. And out now comes Jacksonville as they get ready to go. And they will simply, Charles, be looking to duplicate what they did last drive when they were able to push it in for 6.
And they hope it'll be that easy, right? To be able to take exactly what happened before, replicate it. They may have to make a few additional changes along the way because I'm sure the defense will make some adjustments, but they've got to have great confidence having scored the last time out.
Now Bortles. And his throw is incomplete. Charles, sidestepping for a minute, looking back to Sunday, we saw some clock management issues. You look at the Indianapolis game, the Dallas game, and how that shook down. But when you're a player or coach in those situations late, how hard is it to be aware of what's going on? Because it's easy for us sitting on the couch to critique.
It's a lot harder than maybe we give credit to because heat of the moment, the anxiety levels have gone sky high, the competitive juices are flowing. A lot of coaches keep cards with them that tell them when to, how you're supposed to use the clock down the stretch. You don't always get the math right. That's why I think a lot of teams now are going to go to having someone designated in the press box to handle clock management issues and advise the head coach because they should be able to think clearer up there rather than down on the sidelines where the heat is really rising.
And 12 yards that time and picking up the first. So he makes the grab and the chains move forward.
Nice job by the offensive line giving them time to complete that first down pass.
They come out 5 wide, 3 of them to the right side. Throwing on first down is Bortles. Walters with a grab over the middle. And he gets it down to the 32. It'll be a 2-yard gain, and it'll be a second down. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. Again, they'll throw with Bortles. It's caught on the right side by Robinson. And he's going to be out of bounds down inside the 20. And give him 17 yards that time as that'll move the chains.
Really good job by the offense there. Every second counts right now. So for them to get out of bounds and save some time, that's a nice move.
And the defense with their backs against the wall a little bit here as the offense is in the red zone.
Here we go now. Green, 90.
Into the red zone. It's Bortles. And a dump off here to Robinson. And he will get this into the end zone for a Jaguar touchdown. Denard Robinson as the first half is winding down. And the Jaguars have moved out in front. It's up and good, and that'll make the score 21-14. And after the touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away. That's fielded in the end zone. And the decision to bring it out is going to cost him about 7 yards all told as he's taken down back shy of the 20. And now Dallas gets set to take the field. And the ball backed way up. So thinking with this amount of time on the clock, probably just sit on it, and we'll see these two teams go to the lockers.
Yeah, I don't think you want to overthink it in this situation. Either side of the ball. Just go ahead and finish up the half and get on out and talk about it.
He's going to let it go again. And that's caught inside the 30. A big play there just before halftime. 57 yards. So with 4 seconds to go in the half, here's the field goal unit onto the field. From the left hash, it's a 42-yard attempt. And Bailey able to knock it through. And the drive will wind up yielding 3. So they're still down, but they are able to salvage 3 here heading into the lockers.
This is what you work on from the beginning of training camp. Heading into the half, put some points on the board. No matter what the score says at that point, you've accomplished what you set out to do.
On the Cowboys recovered it. Yes, Cowboy football. So the onside kick is recovered. And, you know, I always thought, Charles, as someone who didn't play these positions, that going over the middle as a receiver or trying to recover an onside kick, those are two very tough things to do.
Takes a lot of fortitude to put yourself in that position, but you have to do it in order to help your team win.
Unable to recover it, it costs him. The kicking team gets the football here. He sets to fire deep, and he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete. So we've hit intermission. It's halftime. This is the NFL, and it's a presentation of EA Sports. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. That's fielded in the end zone. And the decision to bring it out is going to cost him about 7 yards all told as he's taken down back shy of the 20. Out come the Jaguars now as he'll go on offense first here in this third quarter. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking to extend that lead.
And this is where I enjoy talking about one of my favorite subjects, tendency breakers, or counters as I also like to call them. You've done things in a certain way in the first half, and they've had the ability to see what you've done. They're going to make their adjustments. So guess what? You adjust yourself and try and stay ahead of the pace because you are looking for some separation in this ball game.
The adjustment to the adjustment.
Without a doubt. Show them one thing, hit them with something else.
Here we go now. Green, black 58, rail.
They come out here in the eye. Back to the ground on first down. Again, Ivory. And he's brought down. Really nice pickup of 14 yards, and it moves the sticks.
When you're sitting around with your friends, Chris Ivory's name may not come up in the initial conversation. We talk about the best runners in the NFL, but it shouldn't take that long to get to him. He really is a heck of a player. And boy, what he's doing in this game shows you exactly why he should be considered amongst the elite.
Yeah, it's helped him have the lead here in this game. They also talk about him in Longview, Texas, his hometown down there in the Lone Star State.
How about that? You know something? They always have runners coming out of the state of Texas, don't they?
Absolutely. Here's Ivory. A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3.
And while the guys with the ball are having a whole lot of fun keeping it on the ground, the guys on the opposite side, they are having zero fun. They've been getting pushed around the entire game and haven't found an answer yet to slow down the running game.
Possible run anticipation here as the D-line sandwiches together. He's going to loft one deep over the middle. That's Hearns. He's got it. Touchdown, Jaguars. Allen Hearns high in the air to bring it in. And the Jaguars add on to their lead. So a one-handed grab in the end zone. Nothing much more rewarding than that for a guy catching it.
Not at all. And with what we just saw there, that type of a one-handed catch, what's next? Maybe they go up and almost Velcro it with their jersey in the ball. That's about all that's left. That play, simply spectacular.
So a one-handed grab in the end zone, not much more impressive than that. And after the touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And the decision to bring it out is going to cost him about 7 yards all told as he's taken down back shy of the 20. A look at the offense now here coming back out on the road for their first possession of the second half. They trail offense first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things worked well for us. And sometimes they throw in that big chunk play right away.
Shocker.
Try and get after them early and try and create a big play to give themselves some momentum.
See what they have up their sleeve.
Let's go. Here we go.
They come out here in the eye. Here's Prescott. Looking for his tight end, Witten, and it's intercepted.